Hi everyone. In this video, let us see about how to use a 555 timer as a monostable multivibrator. We will see the circuit diagram, how it works, and then we will derive the output equation and also simulate the circuit using LTspice and get the waveforms. 555 timers are widely used in many timing applications because they can provide time delay ranging from milliseconds to hours. So in this video, we are going to configure 555 timer as a monostable multivibrator. What is a monostable multivibrator? This is also mono means one. So this monostable multivibrator is capable of producing single pulse. But you need to give a triggering pulse to get the output because monostable multivibrator has one stable state and one quasi-stable state. So from stable state, if you want to change the state, you need to apply a external trigger pulse. So this is the circuit diagram in which the 555 timer is configured as a monostable multivibrator. You can see here the first pin is the ground pin, so it is connected to ground, and the 8th pin is the supply pin VCC. The second pin is the trigger pin. So this is a monostable vibrator, so you need to give a pulse here, triggering pulse here to get the output. And usually this 5th pin, when it is not used, it will be connected to the ground through this bypass capacitor so that it will eliminate the ripple in the or noise in the power supply line. And third pin is the output pin. Here 6th pin and 7th pin will be shorted together. So 6th pin is the threshold pin and 7th pin is the discharge pin, which can be shorted together, and we have a resistor and a capacitor or which will form the time constant for the circuit. So this R and C is going to decide the pulse width of your output waveform. So this is the functional diagram of the 555 timer. If you want to know more about how this 555 timer or this functional diagram works, you need to refer to the previous video. Link is given in the description. So let us start with the standby state, which is the output is 0. So let me take here the output is 0. If here we have a 0, here it is going to be 1. If this is 1, it means that this transistor Q1, that is the discharge transistor, is on. If this is on, the capacitor is completely discharged. Now we can start our experiment because the capacitor is completely discharged state. So for monostable multivibrator, you have to apply a trigger signal at the pin number 2. So when we apply a negative going trigger signal at this point, and when this trigger signal falls below 1 by 3 VCC, because our comparator, we have two comparators, this lower comparator reference value is 1 by 3 VCC. So when this V trigger falls below this 1 by 3 VCC, so this is connected to negative terminal and we have the reference in the plus terminal. So output is going to be 1. It means that for this flip-flop, set input is 1 and reset input is 0. So it means that the output of the flip-flop is 1. If this is 1, here we have 0 and our output is going to be 1. So our output is now 1. And if we have 1 here, this is going to be 0 and this transistor is off. Okay. So capacitor now starts charging from the supply through this resistor R. It is getting charged. So here the time constant is R into C. So capacitor voltage is increasing slowly. When this capacitor voltage, you can see here this pin is again connected to 6th pin also, because we have seen 7th pin and 6th pin are shorted. So capacitor voltage is increasing at this point also when this voltage exceeds 2 by 3 VCC, because for upper comparator we have our reference as 2 by 3 VCC. So when our capacitor voltage at the 6th pin exceeds 2 by 3 VCC, this is plus terminal, so output becomes 1. So output of upper comparator is 1. It means that for this flip-flop, reset input is 1. So output will go to 0. If output is 0, here it becomes 1. So again this Q1 transistor will be on. It means that capacitor will be discharged. And our output again becomes 0. So capacitor discharges and you can see the waveform here. So we are giving a negative going pulse as the trigger signal. When it falls below 1 by 3 VCC, the capacitor will start to charge. So it will be charging till it reaches 2 by 3 VCC till this point. So once it reaches 2 by 3 VCC, upper comparator becomes high. So reset, flip-flop will reset, so output becomes 0. So this is how this 555 timer will work as a monostable multivibrator. We are getting a single pulse here. This happens only if we give a trigger pulse. Now we will derive the equation for the capacitor. Capacitor equation is given by Vc is equal to Vcc into 1 minus e power minus t by Rc. So at t equal to t, at this point, what is the capacitor value? 2 by 3 VCC. So let us substitute Vc is equal to 2 by 3 VCC. So 2 by 3 VCC is equal to this one. So t is capital T. So let us simplify this one. If you simplify this one, you will get t is equal to 1.11 Rc. So we can see that the output pulse width depends only on the time constant R and C. So for proper operation, we should ensure that this trigger pulse width is very small compared to this total time period T. Now let us take a small problem and design the monostable multivibrator. So first design a monostable multivibrator using 555 timer for a pulse period of 1 millisecond. So for monostable operation, this is the circuit diagram we know. So T is equal to 1.11 Rc. So we need to find what is R and C because T is given. Time period T is equal to 1 millisecond. So let us assume capacitor value is equal to 0.1 microfarad. Now R will be T divided by this one. So substitute it. R is coming around 9.9 kilo ohms. So let us choose these values and we will simulate this in LTspice and check our output whether we are getting 1 millisecond or not. So I have simulated the 555 timer circuit using LTspice software. So you can give, I have given VCC here, VCC I have given 9 volt. So lower comparator 1 by 3 VCC will be 3 volt and 2 by 3 VCC is 6 volt. Okay. Now I have given the trigger pulse here. We will see the output. If you simulate it, so see I am giving the trigger pulse at this point at 1 millisecond only I am giving the triggering pulse. So once I give the negative going pulse, the capacitor starts to charge and it gets charged till 2 by 3 VCC. So 2 by 3 VCC what? Around 6 volts. Okay, so till that it will charge, and once it reaches 2/3 VCC, the output goes low. So this lower one, green color one, is the output. So this is our time period. So we have designed the circuit for 1 millisecond. So you check the output time period, it is 1 millisecond. Here it is 2 millisecond, here it is 1. So difference is 1 millisecond. So we are getting the output correct. Next we will change the resistor value. That is, I am changing the time constant and checking whether my circuit is working correctly or not. So here I have taken R as 15K and C same value. So in this case I should get T is equal to 1.65 millisecond. So let me check again. So let me simulate this one. So here I am giving the triggering pulse here and capacitor starts charging. Now you can see it is charging for a longer time. It charges to the same value 6 volt, but it takes more time to reach that value because R value I have increased, so RC is taking time. So here you see it is 1.65 millisecond. So the width of the output pulse has changed. So only the time constant is going to decide the width of the pulse, and each time only if you give a triggering pulse, next time you will get the output. So let us recall what we have seen. 555 timer can be configured to work as a monostable multivibrator, but you need to give a triggering pulse. Monostable multivibrator or monoshot is used for generating a single pulse, but you can vary its pulse width. It has one stable state and one quasi-stable state. And the time period for the output pulse is given by 1.1 R into C, where RC is the time constant. If you like the video, do subscribe to Read Electric Vehicle channel. Thank you.